Hello and welcome to another beautiful day here in Chile. It's so great to be back with you here speaking and teaching English on Chileans Broadcast Television. What a special thing this is to speak and teach in English. Today we have a healthcare specialist with us today who's been here in Chile for over 8 years. His name is Jake Black. No. He's actually Gringo. His name is Jake Black.
It does make a noise, a little popping right here on the side. Go to the left, right there, good. Oh, hey. So that's a good adjustment, all right?
Wow, all right. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and up.
There you go, something like this.
And head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Today we're going to learn new stories, we're going to have a lot of laughs, and we're going to learn English together. This is The Gringo Show on La Red. Today on The Gringo Show, we're talking about health. Do you feel healthy? A friend of mine, she thought that she was feeling really healthy and didn't feel like she needed to go to the doctor. But after going to the doctor and having a lot of pains, she realized that she wasn't actually very healthy at all. Today, we're going to be talking about my friend and health. And let me know your health stories in Instagram and Twitter. They're right here as I tell you about my friend today. My friend lives in Linares, and ever since she was a little girl, she had problems with her back. She wasn't able to get out of her bed sometimes, and she's only 30 years old right now. One leg is even shorter than the other one, and her belly button is up here when it should be here. She has a few different things that maybe you would want to go to the doctor for. Not long ago, my wife talked about going to a kinesiologist. And she said to my friend that, well, a kinesiologist is there to help you. They could maybe fix you so that you wouldn't have these pains and you could get out of your bed. But, of course, my friend said, it's too expensive. I don't know if I could afford it. But after not being able to get out of bed for 3 days, she finally decided to see how much it would cost. It turned out that it was only 15,000 pesos to get rid of back pain that she's had since she was a little girl. How crazy is that? 15,000 pesos to take away all of your back pain. Amazing. The visit has really changed her life, and in her own words, my belly button is finally in its place that it's supposed to be. How amazing is that? A doctor can really do miracles, and it's amazing what they can do. Today on our Gringo Show, we get to have a doctor with us to talk about health problems and things that he does in order to make us feel better. I'm going to ask him if he is a miracle worker today. Today we have a very special guest with us. As I said, his name is not Jake, but his name is Jake Black. And I'm so excited to have him on here, The Gringo Show, because he's going to do an adjustment for me later on. Welcome to the show, Jake.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's great to meet you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
For sure. It's a pleasure.
But I have to know, you're from the United States.
Yes.
You've been here for 8 years now?
Yes, I've been here for 8 years.
And why did you come to Chile?
Wow, that's a big story. I'm going to try and condense it as close as possible. I came to Chile because in the United States, chiropractic is a very long career. It takes about between 7 and 8 years, depending on how long you study. So when I got done, all my friends had gone traveling. They'd all, gone and done fun things, and I had been all my time in school. So the first thing that I wanted to do when I got done was just go and explore and travel, and I wanted to go hiking and see the Patagonia, and so that's how I wound up in Chile.
Wow. Yeah. And did you have somebody that you were coming here to see, or
yes,
you did?
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I had she's no longer here. I had a colleague that was working that was married to a Chilean. So when I came here, I actually was working for a little bit for about 6 months.
So you wanted to leave the United States to live a different experience. Have you gone to any other countries, or have you just fell in love with Marraqueta? Like,
no, I mean, that's a whole, the Marraqueta is another story. No, I mean, I've traveled around. I've been to most of the countries in South America, you know, Peru, Brazil, Central America, etc.
But what's your favorite country?
Chile by far.
Okay.
Chile by far.
Yeah.
Chile by far. Yeah, by far. But no, I mean, I've been here for about 8 years now, so it's been a while.
So what have you learned here in Chile?
Jeez, lots of stuff. It's a whole nother culture. You know, it's funny, if you live in the States and you live in Chile, there are some things that I feel like Chileans and people from the States, you know, it's not that different. You know, if you just the basic living it's not so much of a huge difference, but just some things are obviously. Living in Santiago, I've never lived in a city this big.
Okay, so where are you from in the United States?
I'm from Maine, actually.
From Maine? Okay, yeah. Nobody lives in Maine.
No, nobody lives in Maine. There's probably more people that live in Providencia than live in the entire state of Maine. Yeah.
But it is a beautiful place to be in fall. Maine is very, very beautiful.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. If people that are watching, they want a comparison, Maine is in the northeast of the United States. So it's all the way up at the top right. The closest city is Boston, and it's kind of like Pucón, minus the volcanoes.
And with better lobster.
With better lobster, for sure. 100% better lobster.
So what's your favorite thing about Chile?
Ooh, I guess I think that the thing that I love about Chile is that I just do whatever I want. I just have an amazing time. I have my friends. Going to the mountains here are incredible. The nature, the hiking. Just to be able to go to the coast and then to go to the mountains all in the same day. I don't think you can get that anywhere else.
It's so beautiful.
No, it's amazing.
Your favorite food?
It's amazing. Ooh, my favorite food, palta.
Palta.
Avocados. I love them. I love avocados. I probably eat 1, maybe 2 a day.
Oh, my goodness.
Every day. I love them.
That's amazing.
I love them.
So you're a chiropractor.
I'm a chiropractor, yeah.
So how is it being a chiropractor here in Chile? You learned everything in the United States, then you moved here.
Exactly.
How is that transition? What do you think about this experience?
Man, I think it's awesome. I think it's great. I don't know if your viewers know what awesome means, but it's bacán. It's great. I love it. In Chile, chiropractic is like in pañales. Mm-hmm. It's in its first stages. It's kind of growing up. There's one course here in the Universidad Central that has a chiropractic program. But most people, when they come, they've never been before. They have no idea what we do. Maybe they've seen an ad on Facebook, or they've seen a YouTube video, or they're addicted to seeing those clips where people get adjusted, you know, and they hear the crack. Yeah. So sometimes the experience of what people think they're going to get, right, and then what they're coming to are 2 different things. So it's been a challenge, but it's also at the same time been really fun. It's really been really great.
Yeah, for me, I feel a little scared. I'm a little scared because I went to the Dominican Republic once, and there was this lady on the side, and she was selling stuff, and she said, "Oh, ven." Okay. And she moved my neck around a little bit, and then snap and pow. And I felt great, but I think I should go to somebody a little bit more studied, professional, probably.
I would hope so. But, you know, everybody's got a story. It's cool. A lot of people, when they come in to see me for the first time, if their experience wasn't YouTube, it's like Alan Harper from 2.5 Men on TV. So most people, it's like they get some sort of like a cultural reference from somewhere, but they don't really quite know what we're going to do when they come into the office.
Well, what a great opportunity that you can use me as bait, and you can show everybody.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Sure. So, I assume that this is my spine.
Yes.
Can you explain to us what we're looking at here?
Yeah, for sure. So when you're looking at a human spine, maybe I should pick this up. The job of the spine actually is to hold up the weight of the body. So that's what a spine does. So if you were looking at a spine, you want to see the hips are level and the spine is straight. It's kind of like looking at the foundation of a house.
Okay.
You know, you never want to go into a house that was
built on sand.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So the first thing is that, and when you look from the side, you got these beautiful curves, and these are here to hold up the weight of the body as well. Then you've got a healthy spine that moves and bends and articulates like it should.
Okay.
Okay.
So this spine is a healthy spine?
This would probably be a very healthy spine.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, I'm a little nervous to see how my spine is.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So whenever we check someone, chiropractors are specialists at checking the alignment of the spine and how the spine is moving, like the function of the spine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what we do with people, how about you take a seat first?
Okay. So I think I sit like this, right?
Yeah, that's good right there.
All right.
So usually when you're checking people, you start with their neck and you move the joints because you want to see how they're feeling. So John, when I'm checking your neck, the first thing I notice is that knot right up there on the left. And then on the other side, you can feel another one right in there.
Well, I am doing a TV show, so
yeah.
I might be a little stressed.
You might be a little stressed. Then we have people go face down.
Okay. All right. So 2 knots so far.
2 knots.
Okay. All right. All right.
And the knots are just kind of ways that we can see where there might be some dysfunction in your spine. And usually when we're treating people in the office, we do a physical check, but we also check your spines with x-rays. Right, because with an X-ray you can really see where the bones are and how healthy the joints and their discs are.
And do you do the X-rays?
We have an X-ray center next door that works with us, and a wonderful doctor that works with us as well. So we're a full operation. So we just check the spine. Check and what everybody loves when they come in, like you were saying earlier about your friend, you can stay right there.
Yeah.
Just relax.
Oh,
they had the short leg, right?
Oh,
Everybody wants to know about the short leg. They're like, oh, is my leg short? So what happens is stress, poor posture, accidents, falls, and what you see with people is that their leg actually looks shorter, which is the case of yours.
Oh no.
You got this. Oh no. You got this leg about 5 or 6 millimeters shorter than the other one.
Uh-oh.
All right?
What if I just move it a little bit?
Yeah, there you go. Now it's fixed.
Okay.
So do you guys want to see an adjustment? Is that what you want to?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Let's do it.
I'm nervous.
All right, let's do it. Let's have you go face up. Face up.
Oh boy.
We're going to adjust your neck.
Do I really need an adjustment? Is it?
I would think it would be a good thing.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. All right. So face up.
Hopefully it'll be better than your experience at the beach in
the Dominican Republic.
In the DR.
Yeah. I think it will be.
Yeah. It does make a noise. A little popping right here on the side. Go to the left, right there. Good.
Oh.
So that's a good adjustment, all right?
Wow.
Perfect.
All right.
Excellent.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
No. I feel like $1 million.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
I'll give you my cuenta corriente. Yeah?
Thank you. Yes.
All right, cool. All right, awesome.
No, that's super interesting to me, where you get to see people. You just felt me a little bit around here.
Yeah.
You saw me, you looked at me, and after probably so many studies that you've had, you can diagnose, and so much experience, you can diagnose somebody really quickly.
So everybody kind of comes in with the same kind of issues. You know, we all live cell phones, poor posture, stress, car accidents, falls, all that kind of stuff. And everybody in Chile, it's always like they fell off a horse or anything like that. And what happens is you kind of wind up seeing the same issues over and over and over again, right?
Even in Santiago and Viña del Mar, those are the 2 clinics that
so right now we have 2. Yeah, we have 2. We have one in Santiago in Escuela Militar, and the other one is in Viña del Mar in Avenida Libertad.
So overall, how do you feel like Chileans handle their health? Are they nervous to come in? When they come in, are they nervous? What's the feeling that you get compared to the United States?
I would say people are usually pretty nervous. Yeah, people do get a little bit nervous.
I was nervous.
Yeah, people do get nervous. I mean, it's, you know, they hear the bones, they hear the cracking, they're always a little bit nervous. So, you know, we spend a lot of time with our patients, talking to them first, educating them a little bit, explain to them, well, what we're going to do before we get onto it. In general, I would say Chileans are kind of like the people in the States. One of the big issues that I see with spines is that there's a lot of pharmaceuticals. A lot of pharmaceuticals. People, you know, they live busy lives. They don't have a lot of time. You know, they're in pain. They kind of want to get to the end of the day. So they're taking a lot of, you know,
pain medication.
Yeah, all the time.
Yep.
So, but other than that, you know, it's been a really, really positive experience.
That's good.
Yeah,
and I hope it continues to be positive.
Me too. I hope so. Yeah, it's been great.
What an interesting thing to pick up everything from the States, move to another country, start another business in the other country.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the States that you miss?
Oh, man. the fun, I think the thing that I miss right now, obviously I miss my family. It's with the pandemic, with COVID, my parents haven't been able to come down. They love Chile. My parents love Chile. They love to go to the south. They love to go and see the volcanoes. They love Pucón. They love the beach. So that's been the big deal. Family, friends, and sometimes I just miss being able to go from Maine to California and go, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm settled. I love it. It's great.
That's good. Yeah. Even after the pandemic, you absolutely love it. That's a telling sign that.
Yeah. I mean,
really good.
I think it's one of those things where it's like every country has their way of dealing with it. You know, Chile's been really on top of it, which is great. But yeah, I mean, it's it, you know.
But it's not always great.
No.
Right? It's not. So
no.
What's one thing that was really difficult for you for moving here to Chile?
The trámites. Bureaucracy. Everything from, and probably a lot of Chileans know this, opening up a bank account, man.
You can't do it until you have your carnet card.
The carnet. Luckily, I came 8 years ago, so when I came, the wait in extranjería was only 6 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, as opposed to like 6 months or 9 months now. But just some of like the bureaucratic stuff has been hard.
I agree.
The trámites and everything. Luckily, opening a business in Chile is easy. So
That's true. Anybody can open a business.
That was not an issue. Yep. But everything else, challenging. Renting an apartment, opening a bank account.
It's all, I know.
I think everybody watching, you know what I mean? Getting your phone, yeah.
There's so much to it. So if you were to give a piece of advice, because there are a lot of people watching right now that want to move to another country maybe.
Sure.
What's some advice that you would give to somebody for if they want to take the leap or no, maybe they're going to miss their family? What's a piece of advice you could give?
Man, I think my first piece of advice was just, go and explore a little bit first. Depending on what level of commitment, if you have a family or not, if you're young and single, it's one level of commitment. If you've got kids, I have chiropractors that write me all the time and are like, what's it like to practice in Chile? And I tell them what it's like, and it's, the great things, the easy things, the hard things. So I would say explore first, and also be open to changes, right? Don't come to Chile or don't come to another country thinking that your way of life is the way it's going to be.
That is the key. Yeah. And that's why I love living in another country, love living in Chile, because I think about that all the time.
Yeah, got to be adaptable.
It's never going to be the United States. It shouldn't be, because I love the marraqueta and there's no marraqueta in the United States.
There's no marraqueta.
But right now, I'm going to invite you to help teach some English on the Gringo board.
I think it sounds great.
All right, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Today in our Gringo classroom, we are talking about some health words. And in my monologue earlier, I talked about health and physical therapist, or kinesiologist, kinesiólogo, and health, salud. There are several words that you should know if you go to a doctor, hospital, and you're in a place where they only speak in English. When I first came here to Chile, I didn't know enough Spanish to say, I hurt here, me duele. And so today, I thought it would be appropriate, seeing as we have a doctor with us, to talk about some words that you should know if you go to the doctor. Are you ready, Jake?
I'm ready to go.
All right, come on up.
All right,
you can be a professor with me.
Sounds awesome. Let's do it.
All right, so we have 2 words. I'm going to try and teach 5 different phrases or words to everyone at home.
Sounds great.
The first word that I think you need to know when you go to the doctor or hospital maybe, you can just say, ayúdame. No, that's not really a word. But what you can say is, I hurt. I hurt. How could you say that in Spanish? I hurt?
Me duele.
Me duele.
Me duele. Me duele.
Me duele. And so after you say, I hurt, you can just point wherever you hurt. Maybe point to your head, your mouth, your eyes, your knee, which reminds me of a song that I know that maybe has never been sung on national television ever in Chile. Are you guys ready for it? I taught it to kindergarten and pre-kindergarten. Are you ready? Should we do it?
Ready to go. Let's go.
Okay. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and
Something like this.
and head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So really, that is a kid's song, but
For sure.
at the same time, you learn that I hurt head, I hurt knee, I hurt feet. Something like that is
sure.
very basic, very necessary when you go to the doctor.
Absolutely.
Do you have something else that you could teach to our audience back at home? Anything you need to know when you go to the doctor?
Sure. I could say, for example, I hurt my back. Or I could say, my head hurts. That's
Back.
Yeah, exactly.
Espalda,
Yeah.
head.
For sure.
Yep.
Or even an easy one is I have a fever.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one, right?
I have a fever. Let me get rid of this. And how do you translate I have a fever in Spanish?
I say tengo fiebre.
Uh-huh. I have a fever.
That's an important one nowadays, right?
Very important. Absolutely. I have a fever. And sometimes that's a song, like I have a fever. Like I'm happy I have a fever.
Yeah,
but really, with
like
this.
Motown, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. But I have a fever is, yes, you need to know that because you have these problems.
Yeah.
I have a cold. I have a cold. You can explain it to people and then they can help you and fix it.
For sure. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much. I hope that you all at home were able to learn a couple of things. If you ever go to the doctor and they don't speak any Spanish and you're in another country or something like that, and I hope that some of these words will serve you in the future.
Absolutely.
Let's go back over here.
All right, let's go.
Jake, thank you so much for speaking to us in English, for sharing your English knowledge, and for making me feel actually really good.
You're so welcome. Thank you.
We have a little surprise from you from Basilur Tea, and we want to give it to you right now.
Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Should I open it now?
If you would like to.
I would love to open it now.
Okay.
Let's see what
we have some tea inside for
Wow.
you. It should last you the rest of the winter. It's delicious tea, and
That
I
is
think
amazing.
You're
Thank
going
you
to
so
like
much.
it.
I appreciate it.
How can everyone find you in the clinic and also online?
Okay, so we are really easy to find. You can go to the name of our clinic is Columna Ideal, like an ideal spine. For all you people speaking English, you can find us on the World Wide Web. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook.
I know now that I shouldn't be like this anymore.
Yes.
I should probably be like this.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on our show. We really appreciated it. And check us out as well on Instagram and Twitter. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
This has been another great episode of The Gringo Show with Dr. Drake. I learned so much, and I hope that you learned some new words. If you're ever caught in a doctor's office and you don't know how to say something in English, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you next Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. and also Sunday night at midnight. But for now, goodbye.